As Brant plays something, we hear screaming. Brant, I've been to Moe's recently.
Really?
I went to Moe's with a certain human resources individual and a recently retired individual from your department.
Really?
Yeah.
How is the old boy?
Busy. He left.
We're not recording. You can say names.
We are live. I cannot say names.
Oh, we are live? Okay. They say 8:05.
A certain individual who is recently retired is busy doing movie stuff. And the HR individual is still occupied with us, still doing HR stuff. The retired individual had 3 movie appointments, I think, this past week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So much for retirement, right? Yeah, Cesar.
That's what he said he was getting into.
Cesar saw you getting that notification at the same time. We are live, gentlemen. I want to think I have something else to add besides Splatoon, but I'm trying to think. I'm scrambling. The Sunday to Wednesday turnarounds are really weird. It's like a Thursday night football, Cesar. we just played. Nothing's different.
I don't think I've played anything really different.
I don't hate them. Just we catch up on news and then we do a brief touch up on what we've been playing, and that's it, right?
Basically.
Mm-hmm. As Brant plays some sort of roulette machine.
I'm on the phone, damn it.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry, Brant.
It's not my idea of fun. Not now. I'm on the phone.
I already told you I'm sorry, Brant. I don't know what else to say. Yep. I'm already here. You could show me now. I told you it was.
Making me crazy.
Yep.
Trees,
Yep, and fucking desert.
family. I'm trapped.
I've told you that ever since we got in this fucking van. All of you! All of you!
Watch that stupid thing. Give me a minute, Diana.
Diana.
I riffed on that pretty good, I think. That was good content, and it's not even gonna be. It's not even gonna be that.
What do I have?
Brant, where'd the Splatoon thing on your headrest come from?
I think it was from a GameStop. Here, I guess this is a good spot to save.
They actually had
Quick,
Splatoon
'cause
stuff at some point?
I guess this is a puzzle. This was from original Splatoon.
Nice.
And, yeah, I think I walked in and bought Splatoon, or I had already pre-ordered it for the, Nintendo Wii U, and,
It feels like ages ago,
they
right?
asked if, yeah, they were like, do you want one of these hats? I said,
You were given the hat?
sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Might have been from mutual friend Jeremy.
About to
GameStop
text mutual
employee.
friend Jeremy, formerly of GameStop, currently maybe of the Max of the Cars, and tell him
Yeah.
I'm jealous of this Splatoon hat. I bought the PS4 and the Wii U from
Can't
you day
remember.
one.
It might have been him. I do remember I got, when I pre-ordered, he opened the store just for me. For this Vita.
I had my pre-order at Target with
When
the
I
buy
had-
two get one. That's when they launched. Target used to launch every system with buy two get one games, and it was like, sure, I'll get the system. I'll get the fucking
Those were the
buy two
days.
get one games. Let's go.
Yeah, I came in and I paid it off. I
Yeah.
think that day, and he's like, "Are you coming here midnight?" I said, "You
For
doing
Splatoon?
a midnight release for that thing?" He goes, "No, for the Vita."
Oh, for the Vita. Okay.
I-
Okay.
Yeah, I said, "You're doing a midnight release for that for the console?" He goes, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I got there. It's I get there a little bit before midnight. I look around. There's nobody there. I park. I go up to the door and I look. He's there. I open the door. I said, "Is it just me?" He goes, "Yeah." That you opened just for me. Like, yeah.
The three
Said,
hours
you
or
didn't
whatever
have to
it is.
do that. I was like, dude, I could have waited till
Could've got
tomorrow.
the morning.
He's like, you seem jazzed. You seem like you wanted it. So I had nothing else better to do.
So for that same
man,
company,
thanks.
I ran the Xbox 360 midnight launch. I ran the Halo 2, the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for PS2. PS3, I don't think we did one because there weren't enough. The Nintendo DS, which Cesar was a part of. No, the DS Lite, I'm sorry. Which Cesar was a part of. Oh, midnight launches are a thing of beauty. And the other friend of the show, Jeremy, has never been to one. And I'm like, you missed the golden age of waiting up and I know.
What?
Pizza and excitement and standing in line and music and BO and all the excitement that came along with the
Yeah, I remember several, especially several Call of Duty midnight releases where they'd set up a projector outside and get into multiplayer, local, like four single player.
We went to,
and it just everybody standing out there, everybody raring to go, everybody's so hyped. And like you said, man, some BO, some of those
and
guys,
gals,
like they never showered
so
in their life.
That same story you're talking about, Brant, the last one that I remember going to, Cesar and I were both at, because friend of the show Russell was there. It was Star Wars Battlefront for PS4 and Xbox One. Did you go to that one by any chance? Okay, because we were there at that one. And I think before that, for me, was Destiny. I was at the Destiny midnight launch. And before that was Gears of War 2 and 3. Very specifically. They're just not the same. This is probably good podcast content, but they were so much fun. They were fun to host. They were fun to be a part of. Everybody that was there was excited, and they were happy to be there. And it wasn't a normal retail day. Like, this was the cream of the crop that was there with you on a midnight launch.
I want to say it was... Damn, I got rid of a bunch of them. Can't remember. I want to say it might have been the first Batman.
Arkham
game.
Asylum? You went to a midnight release
Asylum. for? I went to a midnight release, got it for PS3. I dressed up as Batman. Because it was it was October, and we had already
Was it
planned
that
our
same
costumes.
location?
So
Okay.
yes.
The one I pre-ordered and purchased Wind Waker and Wind Waker HD from.
I honestly think maybe one of the last midnight releases that I can at least remember going to at least at that location was for the PS4.
I was
honestly.
number if you were in that location, I was number one. Because that friend of the show, Jeremy,
okay,
and friend of the show, Wes, had told me we're going to start at the back. So my friend and myself and my friend Kevin were 1 and 2 for PS4. And we came out like holding them like, we got it. Because my child was going to be born 2 months later, 3 months later after that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I remember being there.
So you were at that store when the PS4 came out? Okay.
Yes,
we were in line together.
And the employees had these little magnetic pins. I could run and go get it because I'm pretty sure I have it in a drawer. But it's a little tiny magnetic pin, and it's the PlayStation Plus logo because PlayStation Plus had just kind of like rebranded.
Because now it was mandatory. This generation it was mandatory for online.
And it was. That's when they were doing it mandatory. And I commented on that same Jeremy. I was like, "Oh, that's a cool pin." He's like, "You want one?"
I got you.
Hell yeah! And it was funny because there was like 2 or 3 other employees standing around. And they're like, "Dude, no." He's like, "It's cool, guys." And he handed it to me kind of on the sly. He's like, "Hey, don't make a fuss. Don't wear it right now." He's like, just.
I'm pretty sure, Brant, I took a video or a picture or something of that launch at that time, like, because I was by the back door, right? You know where the back stock door was at? I was number one.
Yeah, because they started
it wrapped around,
and wrapped it around the store.
I was 1. My friend Kevin was 2, and at 12 o'clock because they pre-rang us. So back in the day, you couldn't ring it through until it was 12 o'clock, but they pre-rang us, so we all had our receipts, and it was a done deal. Yep, they just couldn't hand it to us till 12 o'clock. So I grabbed it, and I was holding it up and, like, turned to the left and then walked out the store. I was like, I got to get out of here.
Oh, my God.
I was there.
I think I got rid of my original box. I honestly think I got rid of my original
You don't have it?
I don't think I have it anymore, but I remember because I eventually traded it in and got the Slim.
Fred the Show Russell did the same thing.
But I want to say I was in the teens. I was like...
You were close then. When I turned to the left, 15. You were one of those people I looked at. Because it was like this... I was trying to get out of there, but it was like this collective... it's on sale.
Yeah.
All right, Cesar, are you ready for us?
Yeah.
Almost?
Oh, I'll never be ready. That's a dumb question.
Oh, let's hit the ground running then.
I got way too much stuff to do.
Do you need to take tonight off?
You need to dip, sir?
Let's just knock this out quickly.
Okay.
You can dip if you need to, bro.
We'll carry it if you want to. I mean, it should be pretty quick, I think, because the news is light and games played in 72 hours is kind of light, too.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 228 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight, a small bit of news because it's only been 3.5 days. CD Projekt Red announcements. What could that be? Maybe 1 game, maybe 6. I don't know. How soon will Sony games migrate to PC? Question mark. Find out later this show. PSVR 2 is in mass production. Are there going to be more of those available than PS5s? Find out later. New Dead Space trailer and crazy special edition. Probably those limited run guys got their hands in this, right? And we have your October Game Pass games. I am one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee and Lore Master / Page Master Cesar Concepcion II.
Hello.
He's here, ladies and gentlemen. They are the here. We are here. They are the here. We are the here. We are ready to bring you the latest and greatest episode of NOFODcast. It is number 228. Brant, only 2 episodes remain until you have been with us longer than you have been without us. I still don't understand how this works because it seems...
Still haven't figured out the concept of time yet?
My mind is blown. Cesar mentioned earlier...
Technically... I've been there since the inception, just like...
You have been. I'm saying as a co-host, because you filled in 1 week, and then you were literally a co-host from there on out, starting from that week. But
because I've heard the forbidden.
You have heard the forbidden. No, you haven't. Probably. No, I did. I sent you the forbidden episodes. Yeah, I sent you the ones not available for broadcast.
Yeah, you sent them to me. The early.
Not suitable for other years.
Just like Sony, when the 3 years passes, we will remaster those episodes and re-release those. Brant, you can...
And then within a few more years, we can remaster them again.
Brant...
But sell them for a $10 upcharge.
Yeah, no path to victory on those upgrades.
That's too easy.
No path to victory.
Well, listen, we know you guys love Brant. We wish We know you wish Brant had been part of those early episodes. Now's your chance. We're going to redub some of those. We're going to let Brant fill in on we're going to mute out everybody else that contributed. It's just going to be Brant's takes.
We're gonna Spielberg the whole thing and replace the guns with walkie-talkies.
The Brant cut. NOFODcast episode 6. The Brant cut.
Because when Richard did it, he had this in mind, and it didn't work. So he's going in a different direction on the recuts.
This was my true vision.
I can just redub them.
I want to recut the movie 30 years later.
This is how I meant the news from 2018. This is how I meant you to partake of this. Is Brant spilling it to you?
As we're all reading off the script of how we met.
Some
man,
some bridge crew.
We haven't had a bunch of bridge crew or tilt controls in a while. Brant, you got to bring it back to us.
I don't know. That man's on a different console. He's not even... Ever since he's talked about those.
He's on another world.
Yeah.
Hey, things ebb and flow. The only thing that's forever is NOFODcast. We survive.
And Sea of Thieves.
Sure.
No one plays Sea of Thieves. Apparently,
I don't know, man. You see those numbers on Steam.
Apparently, a bunch of people play Sea of Thieves. We're the only ones not playing Sea of Thieves.
I was like, damn, where are all these people at on Steam? I was like, damn.
Steam Deck? Steam.
I don't know if they're playing on Steam Deck. I just know a lot of people play Sea of Thieves on Steam.
Oh, let's dive into this news. This comes from Sauermano and Gamatsu. We know who Gamatsu is. They're verified. We don't know who this Sauermano person is.
It's a baseball player in New York.
He's a Yankees pitcher. We do know this. Thank you, Cesar, for the correction. No one has to write into nofodcast@gmail.com and verify who Sauermano is. He's already verified as a Yankees pitcher.
I wanted to joke with him and say, how do we know you're not the Yankees pitcher? But I think he's already pissed about not being verified, so I was like, I better not.
It's a sensitive
I'll
subject.
probably get blocked.
It's a sensitive subject.
Get blocked from Gamatsu. That's great.
No, he might listen to NOFODcast. He might appreciate the humor. This comes from the one and only, should be verified. Please, God, Twitter, what are you doing? Sauermano at Gamatsu. CD Projekt Red announces 3 new Witcher games, new Cyberpunk 2077 game, and new IP Hadar. CD Projekt Red to open new studio in Boston is the sub lead on that one. CD Projekt Red has announced 5 new projects: a new Witcher game, codenamed Sirius by The Molasses Flood, new Witcher Trilogy by CD Projekt Red, new Witcher game, codenamed Canis Majoris by a third party, new Cyberpunk 2077 game, codenamed Orion by CD Projekt Red's new Boston studio, an entirely new intellectual property or IP codenamed Hadar. Or is it Hader? What are we going with there? Hadar, right? With the A at the end? Hadar?
Sure.
Hadar?
I guess.
By CD Projekt Red. Is that the majority of the details? One of them is Sirius is a multiplayer title in the Witcher universe.
Or a streaming service for satellite music.
Or Harry Potter's uncle, who is a villain, maybe not. Might be Gary Oldman, we don't know.
From the best version of the Harry Potter movies.
Right. Oh, it's a new Witcher Trilogy by CD Projekt Red. Another project codenamed Polaris is the game which opens the new Witcher saga, further expands upon the open world storytelling known from The Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt. There will be 3 games in the saga, and we aim to deliver them over a 6-year period starting from the release of Polaris. It's a new Witcher game every 2 years. Are we expecting that to be on the level of The Witcher 3? We didn't say there was a new Olympic Games coming, Brant. It's a bold statement as we are talking about 3 large-scale productions, but we really mean it, and we have a plan on how to achieve it. Both the second and the third installments will, in technological terms, benefit from the groundwork laid during development of Polaris. In this way, we aim to smoothen the development process while at the same time staying creatively ambitious.
I don't know if they use the same engine, it might be easier. So it just all depends.
Yes, I saw Twitter pundits pointing out that Assassin's Creed did this with their most recent trilogy, as one former co-host would put it, of titles of open world Assassin's Creed titles. There was one every 2 years. and they were epic and well received and fully supported with DLC and all that sort of thing. So,
as you mentioned before, those first 3 Witcher games are completely different.
They are
from each other.
They really are. Yeah. Witcher 1, Witcher 2, and Witcher 3, and that's what, like 08, 2013, and 2015 or something like that, in that range. So that was a quick, and there were 3 totally different titles. The one was a PC exclusive. The second one came to Xbox 360, miraculously it seems. And then, of course, the third one, The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt, was originally in development for PS3 and 360, but it was like, nope, we can't do this. Let's go ahead and divert all resources and everything to PS4. And
after they played Dishonored,
Xbox
they couldn't
One.
do it anymore.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, that was no, Cesar, you and I took off for Gears of War 5. We were ready right there. I took off work that day. The game I took off before that was The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. I took off that next day to install and play and dive into that world. So, I mean, these are beloved games, so we'll see what they have coming up in those releases. How about a new Cyberpunk game, right? They're still working on the last one. What is that going to be?
Who knows?
Something else in the story. I mean, they've already talked about bringing back Keanu Reeves.
Who wouldn't?
Character and expanding upon the whole idea. I mean, apparently now, Cyberpunk is, with the latest updates, it seems to have delivered a lot on what the game was supposed to be.
The updates alongside the release of the multimedia, Cesar?
The anime?
The anime!
Or, you mean
like a huge
the
boom.
game was always perfect on the streaming services dying out in January?
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah. You don't remember that? Where Cyberpunk ran better on Stadia than it did on any other platform for a while.
And you just load right into
when
it.
It launched on there, it was a complete game, so.
And it's gonna be, the plug's gonna be pulled on in January? How long does it take to beat Cyberpunk?
Yep.
or at least the main part of the game?
If you want to rent it, you can rent it, I guess, if they still let you buy it.
Is it on Stadia Pro?
Yeah.
Can I get it for like $10 a month and plow through it in 2 months?
I think it's on Stadia Pro.
Oh.
Stadia. Okay, we're laughing at Stadia, right? Only because they're pulling the plug. It worked. It fucking worked. When I played on that platform, it was flawless. I loved every minute of it.
We know you're a Stadia lover. You have to keep telling us.
I do, but I haven't touched it in a year, maybe more.
You loved it and abandoned it. It's a sad story.
I got a chicken dinner, and that was worth it for me. I was like, I'm out of here. This platform's done.
You put it in the box and put it in the closet, kind of like the Ark of the Covenant.
Top men.
It's somewhere in a warehouse.
Yep.
Being guarded by top people.
Top
in a crate.
Men. Who do you have on this? Okay, is that all the CD Projekt Red news? That's good stuff.
Pretty much.
It's good for them. So we've seen their story be the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, and now they seem to be doing fine, right? This is a good outlook.
Yeah, they seem to be.
Yep.
They seem to be doing pretty well. This is pretty ambitious. That's a lot of.
It is extremely ambitious. Who are we kidding? 3 games in 6 years?
The real test is when this expansion comes out.
Yeah.
See if it comes out well. See if they learn their lessons. So.
But they are very. If we've known this from their history, they've had one dud. I'll give them this one dud. It was a huge, and I'm speaking from the industry standpoint, right? I had never played this game. This was a huge dud. Everything else before that was extremely well received. It was polished, and it was very consumer friendly. I loved opening that copy of The Witcher, and it was like, here's the first 10 DLCs, here's the soundtrack, here's a map. Thank you for buying our game. That was like the first time I saw that in a case. Like, thank you for buying our game. We put a lot into this. We appreciate you buying this and experiencing this alongside of us. And that was really, really cool. And I was a fan for life at that point. And I bought Cyberpunk Xbox and PlayStation. I haven't given them a go yet.
I have it on all platforms but Stadia. That's why Stadia died.
That's why Stadia died. Cesar killed Stadia. No Cyberpunk, no platform. All right, what's next? Jordan Midler from VideoGamesChronicle.com says PlayStation games will wait at least a year, quote, before their PC release, except for live service titles. Sony's live service console offerings might go day and date with PC. This comes from a long-ass interview. I know Herman Hulst was in an interview with...
Holy shit, did they take him to a bar and get him drunk? Did he just open up?
I don't know. It seemed like it was...
That's what it made it sound like, right? He got intimate with them.
Yeah, but it seemed like it was Steven Totillo from Kotaku, because that's where I saw a bunch of this news come from.
Yeah.
Speaking to Julian Chies, Hulst outlined the future of Sony's dual-platform release strategy. Quote, I think going forward, we'll see at least a year between releases on PlayStation and on the PC platform, possibly with the exception of live service games, Hall said. Live service games are a little bit different in nature because you want to have a strong community, strong engagement right away, right when you go live. So we might, in the case of our live service offerings, go day and date with PC and the PlayStation platform. They did go on to mention, I don't know if it's in here, that their single-player PlayStation console experiences, games, were still a huge part of their income. And so they were not going to be abandoning that, as the internet was ready to say that Sony was abandoning first place.
Except they're going to flood the market with gas games. 10 in like 5 years.
Gas games. I like gas games. Why has games as a service not ever been called a gas game before? Cesar, are you starting it?
I don't know. Their store is.
I think it was always abbreviated as such.
I've never heard it called a gas game though.
I've said it, but it's always been labeled as gas games. It's like GAA.
This is your Metroidvania moment.
Yeah.
It's always been a Metroidvania.
We'll let Cedar take.
Yeah, I like gas games. It's a gas game.
I have no credit for anything like that. I just know it's a gas game.
No, it was for it's his.
Quote, Cesar calls it a gas game. First time ever
Put
been
on the back
quoted.
of every gas game box. Put on the back of Overwatch 2.
Is there anything going on with Overwatch 2 currently?
Other than when I logged in last night to play, try to play against my cousin, it was like 35,000 people in front of me, and I was like, I'm not playing this tonight.
That's
You're in the
no-go.
queue, 35,000 people. I was like,
35,000?
Yeah. I waited till after the DDoS attacks, and I was like, all right, let me get on, because it was like 11 p.m., and he was already playing, and I was like, let me see where I'm at. It's like I was in queue 35,000. I was like, no, I ain't playing tonight, buddy.
Cesar, what was your strategy for getting in the queue? Wait till after the DDoS attacks.
So what was funny, you know what he did is that he jumped on there, was like 50,000 people, so what he ended up doing was going to work at like 5 p.m.
No,
to 9 p.m.
no, I already see where this is going. No,
he was ready. By the time he got home, he was already ready to go in there, yeah.
What's Brant showing off?
You want to see my fancy
Where'd
coaster?
you get that steelbook from?
Best Buy.
From the special edition. Came in a giant box that I still have in the closet here. Came with
the
a,
coaster
like, a
still
big
work?
statue and like all these little cards. No. When they went live with, or right before they went live with Overwatch 2, they shut this down. So this is a coaster.
It's a dead game.
This is literally a coaster.
Wait, the first game's not playable anymore at all?
Nope, they killed the servers. Yeah.
It's gone?
Yeah,
They transferred
What?
the characters from the first game over to the second one, yeah.
Where did I miss this
originally originally their promise was to, they were going to keep both games active, and then you would buy Overwatch 2 if you wanted the story and stuff like that, because the story mode was the big thing. And then no, they went pure free to play and killed this version. And now you can only get the free-to-play version, which you can't even get on because there's 30 or 40,000 people ahead of you most times.
My mind is blown. That's insane.
Don't worry, Brant. We just need to go to the website Microsoft specially built today to support why them buying Activision Blizzard is the right move. They launched it this morning.
What is it? Go on.
It's a website saying why they're not it's not going to be antitrust for them to buy Activision. It's a dedicated website Microsoft built.
What year is this? Why is Microsoft trying to defend like the monopoly antitrust stuff?
Basically, yeah, they're like going ahead like this is why it's not a monopoly, and they did a whole website to it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's a whole article talking about how Microsoft is like, oh yeah, Sony and Nintendo are still going to be way bigger than us, even if we get Activision Blizzard.
This is back to like before the launch of the Xbox, where EA didn't want to be on their platform, and they're like, no, we can't be part of Microsoft. They're antitrust. They're locked up in all this litigation. We're not going to deal with this new Xbox thing. We're not going to deal with it. We're not going to do it. How is this a thing in 2022? Are you serious?
Apparently,
the Brazilians are still playing the Master System.
Has approved the Microsoft proposal.
Of course they would. And the cost of an Xbox in Brazil is like $2,000 to import.
An Xbox in Brazil is way cheaper than buying a PlayStation. And the reason why they get around that is because import fees on consoles is ridiculous.
And they build Xboxes there?
And they build Xboxes there to get around with it. Sony doesn't have a factory to build PlayStations there. So like the PlayStations over there are like twice the price of an Xbox. Damn. And that's why like most people in Brazil play on the Xbox. So.
Or Master System. It's one of two extremes.
If it's still available.
Yeah. You either have a Master System and you're playing Sonic Triple Trouble, or you're playing Titanfall on Xbox.
Yeah, so the website's called news.microsoft.com/Activision-Blizzard-acquisition. And it says on here, our vision for gaming, more choices, more games for people everywhere.
No fucking way. What year is this?
And there's whole sections dedicated like why it's good for gaming for them to buy them. And
we just went through all this 20th anniversary stuff, and it seems like it's the same antitrust stuff, right? This all is all reeks of we don't know about that. People are going to pay them for a thing called Xbox Live, and we're not going to get a piece of it. This is not going to work for us. We're going to take our Ghost Recon to another platform. That Splinter Cell that we're coming out with, it's not going to be on this thing.
So it's like what I told you about Disney. At this point, they know what's happening. So you buy as many companies you can until everybody gobbles each other up, and then you're just too big at that point. It's like before when you're buying them, you weren't big enough, but as everybody starts gobbling each other up, then they'll be like, all right, this guy's super big now.
This is wild.
So...
This is wild.
Yeah, there's the articles right here on VGC. It says Microsoft has claimed that Sony and Nintendo will remain the biggest players when it comes to traditional gaming, even after the proposed acquisition.
What is traditional gaming? How dare you define what traditional gaming is? What is that?
Games with disc and cartridge is what they're saying. They're like subscription's a different story. It's not traditional gaming.
Traditional gaming is the Evercade. So are you supporting the Evercade at this point? What is that?
Among the argument is made that the claim that the deal would benefit the gaming industry, and that the deal would lead to greater competition in traditional gaming, where Sony and Nintendo will remain the biggest.
Traditional gaming.
Said.
Yeah.
What is that?
I'm sure it's the same bullshit Sony did when they bought all the gaming, when they bought all the anime industry too. So.
Yeah. They do bring up the whole website that they just launched for that. Too.
I was waiting for them to like update at the very end of that article after they took down Overwatch 1. We'll bring back the Overwatch 1 servers once we buy them.
Oh, that's part of their pitch. We know you hated the new decisions. We got you. We're going to save you.
Whatever it takes for us to just buy whatever we want.
That's bizarre.
Players and developers are the center of Xbox, the website argues. We want to enable people to play games anywhere, anytime, on any device.
If you accept their terms of service and put it on the Game Pass on your PlayStation console, on your Nintendo.
Check this box and agree to this to add on this application to your device, whatever it is. It's weird, man. All right, next up. Third try. Sour Mono.
Next up
is
yes, Sour Mono. Bloomberg
is reporting via Bloomberg, Sony Interactive Entertainment is set to produce 2 million PSVR 2 headsets by March 2023. It's not bad.
That's a lot of headsets.
That's a bunch of headsets.
Yep.
Headset launch to reportedly coincide with drastically improved PS5 supply, which I believe in the past week or so we've already started to see. It seemed like today's PlayStation 5 queue was open for hours. I never saw it close. So maybe if you're listening to this a couple days later, you could get a PS5. Just show up.
I mean, remember, Brant was in the trenches getting his on a website that closed immediately sometimes. So
Oh
I got
my
it.
gosh. Yeah. It took me
I got an
so
email for this
surprised.
queue recently that was saying, hey, it's your turn. Let's go.
buy 2 of them.
Buy 2.
Buy 3 of them.
Sony Interactive Entertainment plans to manufacture 2 million PlayStation VR 2 headset units by March 2023, according to a Bloomberg report, citing people, quote, people familiar with the matter, end quote.
Not top men. Top men.
They're in these boxes. They're in these boxes behind both of us. Mass production.
They're looking at the screenshots right now. 2 million. It says 2 million on there. Top men.
Who do you have behind this? Top man. Mass production reportedly began in September and has yet to face a supply chain constraints, though the production figure could be adjusted depending on the device's sales momentum following its launch in early 2023. According to the report, Sony and SIE, its current plan to launch the headset in early 2023 coincides with expected relief of the supply chain bottlenecks that have hampered availability of PS5 since its launch in late 2020, which would give the company sufficient inventory of both headsets and consoles for a big marketing push. Because, of course, if you're trying to push a headset that requires a certain console that you may or may not have, based on these constraints and what has occurred the past September, October, we're closing in on 2 years now. It's crazy to me. Yeah. It is so bizarre to me. Because I remember when the Wii launched, the Wii was like this for about a year.
About a year.
About a year. This is 2 years into.
Yeah.
I've never seen a PS5 in the wild. We all follow the right Twitter accounts and whatnot, and we've been able to get them. But it is not easy for an everyday person to just acquire a PS5.
But it will also happen amidst a pandemic.
There are other,
yes,
we've never encountered that with other console launches.
It's very rare, but I mean, there's been some very slim occasions where you might see an Xbox Series S on the actual shelf in a retailer, but I got my Series X at a retailer, but that was just like happened.
Okay, so 4 days ago, I saw a particular retailer with 4 Series S's and 3 Series X's, and they were just right there. You can just grab one.
I've never seen it.
I still have not seen that. Digital or physical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Either version.
So hopefully that day comes, because I would think, what is this market? What is this market for PSVR 2? Because I think the three of us have kind of cooled ourselves off on it. Even though we have PS5s, we've kind of cooled ourselves off on, hey, let's see what the software looks like. Let's see what this upgrade path looks like or Cesar says the path to victory looks like for some of these huge PSVR 1 titles that are must-have games. These are not bad games. These are not outdated games. These are not old games. These are games that need to be brought to this next iteration of PSVR. And we understand that the technology is not the same. It doesn't track motion the same way. Movement, it's got eye tracking, it's got OLEDs, it's got all kinds of shit that was not in the last one. So we get that. But there's an experience confined to that original platform that has to be brought forward somehow, we think, so that people can still experience those same titles, right?
I mean, if they're making this many, I'm assuming this is going to be comparable in price to the Meta, so they're that confident. So
the new Meta increase, the $499, $399.
I would imagine it'll be that price. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I'll be surprised if they come at $399. There's no internal storage on that. So
on the PlayStation VR.
Yeah,
but that's cheap. That's cheap, right? You take a hit on that one at this point when you're developing something.
I don't know if it's cheap because you still need to buy a freaking console to fully utilize it. So you're still paying $800.
So if those aren't available, then you have that on top of it, and you have maybe your early adopters for the past 2 years that are now looking to, are they willing to spend another console's worth amount towards this new environment and what's the term? Platform. The new stuff you have to buy for this
ecosystem. I think if it's $3.99, if it's higher than that, it's dead in the water, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Until like
I hate that.
It's gonna take a lot. They're gonna have to like actually have faith and actually make gains for it, not just kill it off. Like, oh, we didn't sell any, no games. Here's your bastard version of Call of Duty.
And we got to see more from that library, right? We haven't seen anything really.
Yeah. Hey, they talked about not 200, like 20 plus games at launch.
21, I think, was specifically the number I mentioned. Yeah. But what does that mean? Like, what are those? We know what 4 titles? They're all Sony titles.
Mm-hmm.
It might be some third-party ones in there that are worth it.
Yeah. I mean, what Resident Evil 7 and 8 probably, right?
We know
8.
So 7 is confirmed to get the upgrade thing, or is it just?
I don't know. I have to go back and watch the video. I don't know if I just fever dreamed 7 getting that in there.
I know 8 for sure. And
I know 8 is definitely
8 is one of those titles. They've been demoing that.
Yeah, 8's enough to almost sell me.
Damn it! Now I gotta look stuff up, man. I'm gonna say no. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Cesar says no.
I think
yes.
8's enough almost to sell me on its own if I don't put it on and immediately get sick. You know, like the last one.
There's a good guarantee, Brant. 7 did it to me. 7 was my PSVR. Oof,
all right.
Not good.
Clarity, I was wrong. 7 is coming to PS5 and PSVR 2 support is unconfirmed. Never mind. The title has misled me.
7 is too? 7 and 8?
No, it's just they put it in PSVR 2 support unconfirmed at the very end. Like I was going to confirm it. They led me astray.
You were ready to confirm it.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody tell me about this new Dead Space remake from EA.
Go watch it. It's freaking amazing.
Yes, the trailer is incredible.
That's what all I really have to say.
Yep.
I mean, the article here talks about how they rebuilt it on the Frostbite engine, promises to deliver,
which has been around for so long. In my mind, Frostbite is like, this is new, this is cutting edge. Like, no, this powered Battlefield 4 in 2013.
I remember Battlefield 4. That was the the handprint and the Frostbite logo and all that.
And FIFA, like, sure, I guess this works for FIFA, sure.
They got improved gameplay mechanics, including cut content from the original game and features included in the sequels. Dead Space Remake has a release date of January 27, 2023. Of course, is releasing on the current gen platforms, PS5, Series, Xbox Series systems, and PC. And for some reason, they also say that the studio Motive that's also doing this is working on that Iron Man game.
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah. How is Frostbite still around? I thought EA reached a point where they were like, we're not gonna force anybody to do this. We gotta get away from this engine. We gotta get away from these tools. I thought they cut it.
You have in the office when they sit you down and be like, hey, you build your game on whatever you want, but we have Frostbite here.
Yeah.
It seems like they made that comment because the guy that's heading up Respawn likes to do whatever the fuck he wants. You know, so he has to require.
Is that where it came from? Vince Zampella?
Yeah, I think they did it to please him. He's like, because like he was making money off games. So like, just build whatever you want. You know, I think that's the real reason why they
makes sense.
Laid off the Frostbite mandate.
Right.
I mean, we can always bring back their favorite engine that you love, Renderware.
So basically, all the EA standard titles are Frostbite. They're gonna funnel them through there. If you're gonna go above and beyond, and you just want to be a rebel, then you do something outside of Frostbite. But Motive has done great work with. Was that Star Wars Squadrons in Frostbite?
Yeah.
I know they did Star Wars Squadron. I can't say Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons.
Damn it. Star Wars.
I do not see anything about
Says
Frostbite on the box.
It makes sense because it came out on. I think it would be on the box. It makes sense because it came out on PS4, or Xbox, PC. It came out on everything all at once.
Engine is Frostbite 3.
There we go. There it is. So they're at least familiar with it before this Dead Space comes out.
I'm just upset there's 3 Frostbites. I didn't realize that's how I read that.
Okay, Vincent Pella. You said your piece. Sit down. We already know you want to make Titanfall 3. Sit down.
I'm the crazy guy in the back. Bring back Renderware.
Havoc was fine. That was a solid physics engine. If it went,
I miss those logos when my game starts. I want those back in my game titles.
Renderware, Havoc.
But yeah, the trailer is awesome. The game looks better than ever. Honestly,
It really does.
still looks pretty dark
And I was very recently playing the Xbox Series
terrifying.
X version of Dead Space.
yeah.
Oh god, did y'all get in the Twitter battle about paying the $70 price for the remake?
I was
No.
I was actually just about to talk about that. The console versions are $70, where the PC version is $60.
All right, what's the argument? Give us the Reader's Digest version.
I don't know. People are like, I'm paying $70 to play the first game again. It's like, I'll just pay $5 and play my Xbox One. And then somebody's like, oh, how'd you get $5? Like, oh, you're talking about the original one. Oh, okay.
Stupid. God bless the internet.
Apparently, the industry is slowly moving PC games to $70, but not as quick as like console games just jumped immediately.
PC games are always $10 or less. So this is the first time the PC game has been $60 because it used to be $49. They always used to be $10 or less.
And they're
Get your
always
distribution
cheaper between GOG and GMG and Humble
like-
Bundle
like
and everybody
Richard
else.
says it'll be like 20% off pre-order bonus. So
Day
it won't even
one.
be that much. It'll end up being like $40 when it comes out or something like that, 45 or something like that.
But on the
for
flip
PC.
side, you're getting a disc for your $70. So
Yeah.
you have to
Unless
decide.
You want to pay almost $300 for the Baller Collector Edition.
Wait, what? What is that, Brant? Who's making that?
At $274.99, Limited Run is releasing the Dead Space Collector's Edition.
Of course they are.
For your Xbox, PS5, or PC.
I'm okay because I don't have to pre-order that because I'm sure they're not coming up with a CD soundtrack. I'll wait for the CD soundtrack to come out later and then I'll support that.
Well, here's what comes in your beautiful, humongous Collector's Edition box.
Oh shit.
A physical copy of Dead Space, which apparently they will ship out earlier
Than the regular contents, yeah.
Because it usually takes them a while to get the rest of these.
Hell
games.
yeah, man! I love how Nintendo set that standard. We're like, we're gonna ship you the game first, and get. My Xenoblade 3 just came in yesterday.
I still don't have mine.
That's nice
I still don't have mine.
It shipped. You should better check yours, man.
I got something from NOA. I thought it was Bayonetta. Is that what it is? Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
that's Xenoblade.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on my back porch. I need to go. It came in today. I might need to go get that.
Oh yeah, you might need
Like
to go
soon.
get those, sir. You get the Dead Space Collector's Edition box. You get a full-sized wearable and working Isaac helmet. A Dead Space CD soundtrack.
I've seen what happens to Isaac in that helmet. I have no interest. This is still a good version. If you have a Series X,
Holding up the original Dead Space for 360.
it's still a good game. I was enjoying it until I had to shoot asteroids out of the sky.
A lithograph print, foil stamped lithograph foil. 4 mini posters, Ishimura patch, the Maker enamel pin, a metal 4-inch Maker statue, and a steel book for your physical copy of Dead Space.
Steelbook. Does anybody still have a hard on for steelbooks at all?
When they
Some
come
of
free.
them look cool. But yeah.
When it comes free with a game, I'm gonna buy day one anyways.
Yeah.
But not $10 separately.
Yeah,
or
if they
$5
give it to
separately.
me, but I'm not seeking it out.
Yeah.
No, that was the weirdest thing when I went to, I think it was Best Buy, and I saw these like a whole row of steelbooks. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I see that, oh, they charge it's just the steelbook.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's stupid.
Unless you got the golden ticket of steelbooks, which is the Elden Ring one, which sells out instantly, and it's super expensive.
Really?
So
that one is a good one to get.
if you can find it,
Oh.
it's the one that actually sold out on.
I got the Halo one just to have a Halo case because I still don't have a physical copy of Halo Infinite because I like the way that one looked.
I'll put it next to my other.
Your coaster, yeah, exactly.
Got several.
I still don't have a physical copy of that game. All right, what's next? Is this it for news?
Yeah, we got some new additions to
Game Pass
for the month of October. For cloud, console, and PC, we have Chivalry 2, Medieval Dynasty on your Xbox Series consoles, coming October 6th. The Walking Dead, the complete first season, and also the second season are coming to PC.
Those are big. I remember those
October
being
6th.
very highly regarded games.
First season.
Not the second one. Not the second one.
First season was really good.
Since I was jumping
and
in with the
I was so
editor's
hooked
cut.
on it, and then I played the second one, and I was like, man,
Not good.
and never played the third one.
Damn.
Let's see. Next for cloud and console on October 11th, we have Costume Quest.
I feel like they've given us Costume Quest like 8 times now.
I felt like this was supposed to be Costume Quest 2. Let me look back at this.
That's the cover for the first one. It's
Yes,
weird.
that's Costume Quest. I'm looking at the first one.
Yeah?
The one they've given us 6
That's
times
weird.
on Games with Gold.
Yeah, I was about to say, I could have sworn
Yeah.
they already had this. What is this?
I don't know. Is any of us gonna play the Orpheus Simulator Scorn?
I don't know.
The
maybe.
Geiger Simulator.
I don't know with Philiax and Orpheus is everywhere.
Orpheus. Orifices.
Orpheus, yeah.
Orpheus.
However you want to say it.
I love it.
Orifices.
It's a Geiger Simulator.
But,
Just
yeah.
walking around tentacles and holes everywhere. I'm like, what's going on in this game?
Don't look down.
Tentacles and holes.
Don't look down.
Like, how did I get in this world? I'm taking myself out of the main character in this game. Like, how did I get in this world? Take me out.
It's Splatoon, right?
Oh my god.
I would rather go to that world, yeah.
Oh, let's see for console and PC, October 11th, eval. Dyson Sphere program that just makes me think of the freaking vacuum cleaners.
Dyson Sphere.
That comes to PC October 13th.
Oh, Brent, how much battery life does that get on the vacuum? Is it like multiple floors? Can you do just stairs? What does that get us on that one?
I'm not sure.
Is it easy to
I know
unload the
they never lose suction. They never lose suction. As October 14th, cloud.
Speaking of suction,
Series consoles and PC.
We're going to Scorn?
We go into Scorn, baby.
The game about suction?
The game about suction.
Suction and holes?
Suction Simulator.
Day and date release here. October 18th, cloud, console, and PC. We get Plague Tale Requiem. Of course, there's always some updates. Looks like you get some perks. Need for Speed Heat Deluxe Edition upgrade. You get some, looks like Apex Legends from Above Weapon Charm. Let's see, and then we have leaving October 15th. Blood Roots, Echo Generation. Is that the dolphin is leaving the 15th?
Oh.
Into the Pit, Ring of Pain, Stable.
Oh, I was hoping for Ring of Fire.
Oh, I had to go mute for a minute. I was laughing my ass off.
You all right, sir?
I couldn't breathe.
What couldn't you breathe about?
Game of the year scoring.
Give it your score.
Hey. That was one of the first like Xbox Series games they showed us. So there's a lot riding on this score game. And all the symbology. It's
that game will never be published on PlayStation. There's no way.
No.
Or Nintendo now. Oh, I'm dying. I can't breathe.
When you walk, when your character walks around, do you just hear like?
Oh God.
Or you hear like tentacles. You hear the.
As Netflix likes to do, you just the squelching.
Or
as the text.
Or chittering. We always see chittering,
chittering.
on the things we watch. Holy shit. Is that it? Is that it?
That's news. That's the news.
I'm still trying to collect myself. Oh, that one broke me. Okay.
You have to use touch controls on Scorn when you play.
Oh.
Geiger controls.
Are they gonna get a special controller for it?
Yeah, you play as Sigourney Weaver. You have Jonesy. You have Jonesy in the cage.
You gotta put on a fresh pair of panties as well.
That too. Yeah, that too.
All right.
Hey man,
it's in the lore.
It's in the lore.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the update they did to the Game Pass app on PC?
I did not.
So recently, you can click on every game, and they did a partnership with How Long to Beat. So every game has a listing how long to beat. So
nice.
Okay.
Which I was like, this is useful now. So I was like, all right, I know this game's gonna take me 2 hours to beat just to get through it.
2 hours to beat for a regular.
16
4
hours to master
for completionists.
Yeah, completionist says 16 hours. Like, what the hell happened in these last 14 hours?
What is the difference? How do I get?
Go from 2 to 16?
Yeah. How do I get 80% more game by trying to be a completionist? What the fuck was hidden in that 20%? Oh, games played. It's not a whole lot. I know the three of us played Splatoon in that interim.
Yep.
And we all got to level 10, and we tried Cesar's zones. And we did.
Okay, so what I found out is just like the multiplayer maps and everything, the game plays swap every now and then. So there's zones and there's the other one, and that's why we couldn't play the other one.
Which was a Clan Blitz.
The Clan Blitz, okay.
Yeah.
So the other one is Rainmaker, which I think right now is Rainmaker and Control Tower.
Yeah.
So
Control Tower's a good one too.
We tried Cesar zones. We completely
had and got immediately destroyed.
We had uncompetitive rounds. We never scored. We never got the thing. We never got the zone ever.
We would get close and then just get demolished.
They beat us so fast. And I was like, okay, I don't know what's happening here. Brent, you make the room. Let's do some salmon run.
We did some salmon run. And I talked y'all into salmon run.
The whole time I'm bitching like, okay, I was so excited for this in Splatoon 2. It's the reason I bought Splatoon 2. And it's the reason I traded in Splatoon 2, because this mode was garbage. I hated it. And then we played, 3 rounds of it? And I loved it. It was awesome. It was awesome. It was so much fun. The rules were clearly laid out. They told us about the bosses. They told us about grabbing the eggs. We had HAL Laboratories of Nintendo's own first-party studios right there with us in our party.
Hey, he wasn't trash either. He would actually
HAL was good.
Revive.
It was fun.
It was good.
I enjoyed. We ran through we ran 2 rounds of it. We ran through 6 total.
I think it was
Yeah. So we beat 2 rounds of Salmon Run, which is 6 levels, I guess. And it was fun. It was the great mix of challenge and teamwork and cooperativeness and going off on your own and kills, and it was a great mix. That was a great gameplay mode. And then we had a couple of minutes left to kill. We left that and went back to zones. And we had a blast. It was all of a sudden.
Yeah.
We were in Brant's room, apparently. I guess Cesar's too high leveled for us. But Brant's room got us great level rounds of zones. We had a really good time. It was fun.
We had some pretty damn competitive
Yeah.
ones, too.
So if you're used to zones in like a Call of Duty or Halo or whatever, in Splatoon, it's like a square in the middle of the map. And you have to go there, and you have to paint it as much as possible and keep that paint there. And then you have, 100 seconds?
Yeah,
it counts down?
It's 100 seconds,
it counts down from 100.
100 seconds, it counts down. And as long as you're maintaining that, it switches back and forth. Like, if they take control, it'll tell you, you've lost control. And they'll have it, and you'll see their ticker at the top. Lost the lead. Gained the lead. Tied the leader. You'll see it start dropping, right? And vice versa. So there's some great pushes. There's some great spawns. That was an awesome mode when we were getting demolished.
When it's competitive?
Yeah, when it's competitive, it's fun. When it's
sniper.
one-sided, it's like...
You see why I like
I hate this game.
Why I like those online ranking? They're good, man. They're fun.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Those competitive ones.
Everybody's getting like 20 kills. Some of y'all were getting like 12 and 13.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or painting the shit out of the map and getting points for just painting the map. Still, paint it on the square. Hold the zone, and you're good.
Recreate a lot of our favorite football teams: the Dolphins, the Broncos.
The color schemes. The color schemes are very NFL friendly. Extremely, the exact.
We did go against the LSU guy, and coincidentally had almost LSU colors. I think it was yellow and blue.
It did. Fuck that round. Yeah, it didn't go well. I don't think it went well on that one.
No, it was a hard.
We came back and got them.
That's the Michigan colors, right?
No, the purple and yellow, or blue and yellow.
No, yellow and blue.
Blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow, Michigan. Yeah.
The Harbaugh colors.
No, we had a lot of fun. It ended up being a lot of fun. First, it started off, Cesar has been hyping this zones mode for so long, and I was like, okay, this is not what it was cracked up to be. I'm going to go back to Turf War. I got all the way to level 10 for no reason. And it ended up being a lot of fun with all of us, so that was
long as you or Brand make the room, it's fine.
Yeah, as long as me or Brand make the room.
I'm like level 35, I can't save y'all anymore.
But those are, Splatoon is all I played in the past couple days. That's my games played.
Yep, same for me. I played Splatoon 3 with you guys. I did my casual about an hour a day leveling up my catalog, because the catalog maxes out at level 99, and that you got to do that before November 30th to unlock everything. So that's my dopamine project. Outside of that, I am mimicking the friend of the show, Renee, who's already beaten Plague's Tale in his second playthrough, to get ready for the new one to come out.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. I remember you loving this game.
I fired this up on PlayStation 5, and this is probably the first time I played it through. I transferred my save data, and so I have all the chapter selects, and I started playing it through there, and I've noticed it looks a little bit better, but the biggest thing you'll enjoy, Richard, is that the haptic feedback's really good on that game.
Nice.
With adaptive triggers.
Nice.
So when I'm running, I can feel the footsteps on the actual trigger as I'm running.
Very nice.
So as you hold it down there, so a lot of nice touches in there, more than that. So. But outside of that, it's basically the same as the PS4 game. And I think we're all PlayStation Plus subscribers, so we should got the PS4 one for free. I don't know if the upgrade was free or not, because Sony, but who knows?
I think I have a hard copy of the PS5 one. I think it's been like $10 or $15 before.
I bought the limited edition cover one when they came out with it, and I said, "Fuck it, I'll pay the $30." So, but that's it for me.
Splatoon with y'all.
The past 3 days.
And then I'm waiting for Brand to go. I watch a lot of film. I gotta get prepared for the next game on Saturday.
Not gonna lie, their O-line looks pretty deep, but we're gonna fuck them. We're gonna blitz. We're gonna fuck them up.
We kind of mentioned it in the earlier this.
Brand's keen to flea flickers.
Why does he have to have a game plan?
I
Sorry, Brand.
actually started watching Cyberpunk.
It's good, right?
Is it good?
Edge Runners.
It hurt. It hurt. The ending hurts, though. The ending hurts. The ending's painful.
Oh, gosh, Don't say that. Don't
The
say
anime's
I didn't say what
good.
happened, just saying it hurts.
It's definitely NSFW.
Yeah.
What does that stand for,
Very
Brant?
adult. Not safe for work.
Don't watch it.
Not safe for your work.
Not safe for your
Not
work.
safe for your work.
It's safe for my work.
Brant,
Depending
I'll
on
cover
what
for
work
your
you do.
work. Don't worry about it. I got you.
It got me thinking enough, and I've seen enough stuff that I went ahead and even ordered Cyberpunk.
And join me.
2077.
I got like 6 or 7 hours into it. Join me.
On what? What'd you
It's
get it
the
on?
way. It's on the way.
Okay.
PS4, and then of course there's
Upgrade,
the free
right.
upgrade path.
Okay.
Plus, however many updates it has to actually make it.
You're one of the
a decent
10 million or whatever that all of a sudden converted to Cyberpunk. The anime's that
Because of the
good?
anime, yeah.
game. The
Okay,
Anime's really
is it-
good. It's
good.
paced so
Okay.
well. It's paced
So
very
I'm
well.
willing to watch it.
It's like it's hard
You
to
guys
stop.
say it's good. I'm willing to watch it. Would another person in my household who I would like to also share content with, would they also enjoy this?
Maybe
She's into a lot of erotica stuff, so she probably will enjoy this.
Is that the end of the
It's-
show?
it's-
Or are you
it's-
going to just
It has
leave it at
weird-
that?
It has
It's
weird
that way.
future robotic erotica in there. It might pique her
Really?
interest. Yeah.
like.
Okay.
So this is a weird future kind of thing, and it's to the point where there's like males that walk around and have devices on their
Okay.
members, and they're like
Shake
in
weight,
VR
shake weight.
watching stuff.
Take weight.
And there's
Cesar,
like,
go on.
there's like one character you see. There's one character you see in the show who's like actually doing it in private. The first couple of times you see this, the main character, he's just like sitting on a corner, and there's like dudes like passing
Yeah.
out with
In public.
in public,
In public.
like that.
Doing what?
it's
Yeah.
it's
Shake weighting?
Getting jerked off
nothing.
on a machine.
They're sprawled
Yeah.
out, like just
I want
with
to
the
watch
thing on there.
this.
dude. It's wild, and then it's bloody, it's violent. in
Wait, with
parts,
the
but
whole
it's
shake
got a
weight
good
thing?
Story.
Okay.
No. Like just regular, guns and people shooting
Right,
it out and stuff and fighting.
Yeah.
Because everybody's chromed up.
Awesome.
So I don't want to ruin too much for Brant. I think 2 or 3 of those characters from the anime you meet in the game. So
Okay,
you can
Great.
probably figure out who you meet.
Keanu
so,
Reeves?
but let's leave it at that. Based if you watched it. So
Okay, and then other than that, I actually did start another game. Because it is October, I need to play games that are appropriate to play.
Nightmare Before Christmas on
Spooky
Xbox.
games. I need that game. I don't have it. I have so many original Xbox
Brant has
games.
it. He's playing it right now. I called it.
No, I don't. I actually don't.
It's getting expensive. Get it now.
Is it the
I-
Capcom one?
Yes.
trying to find
Get
it.
it now. It's getting expensive.
I am playing on my PS Vita. I'm playing per Cesar's
Not Silent Hill.
recommendation. Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Okay. You playing the PSP one? Okay.
Oh,
okay. On a
Shattered
ha-
Memories.
on
I'm
a-
thinking Book of whatever.
on the alternate storefront.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the Book of Whatever is not a very good Silent Hill game, but it's made by Way Forward. It's a dungeon
good
crawler.
game.
It's an
It's not a
okay
good
dungeon
Silent
crawler.
Hill
It's
game.
Not a good
Yeah.
Silent Hill game.
Yeah. I knew one person that was like, "Oh yeah, I loved that game on the Vita." I'm like, "You're the only person I know that has ever."
So that's
said
our
that.
Shattered Memories, the one we started on Wii, and I was like, it's too creepy.
It's the remake of the
Damn,
first
that
game.
shit was
yeah,
creepy
that's
as
on
Yeah,
Wii.
it's a
fuck
remake
on
of the
Wii.
first game.
It was so
Really?
creepy.
So, yeah, you start off in a psychiatrist's office. You answer some questions, and then you start playing as the main character.
Harry
Mason. What?
Harry Mason.
Harry
Harry
Mason.
Styles.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't remember
who-
half the shit I did in middle school, but I remember playing Silent Hill in middle school, and I still remember Harry Mason.
Who
Same.
has
Not Perry
crashed
Mason,
his
but Harry
car-
Mason.
Harry Mason, who has crashed his car in the snow and is. But he's crashed his car, and now he's looking for his daughter that was with him and has just disappeared. So, much like Heavy Rain, you are walking around going, Cheryl, Cheryl, Cheryl. It's like so, at varying frequencies, and then you go inside, and he goes, Cheryl, sweetie, Like, so it's, but he's looking for Cheryl. You go through the town. You have presumably like psychotic episodes, is what it seems like to me, where you like these weird fleshy creatures just like come out and chase you, and all you can do is run.
It's like they came out of the Scorn universe, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And they grab you, and you've got to shake them off.
Yeah, shit was scary.
And you just got to run like hell. There's places where you can hide in some of those areas. And the only way, like the only thing you have is like doors that glow blue around them, or edges that glow blue. That way you know you can climb over something or go through a door. So it gets very hectic. And then I got through that first area, and then you wind up back in the psychiatrist's office, answer a couple of like yes or no questions. He has you color a page in a coloring book, and then it jumps in the story to where because it's a picture of a house, and you think your daughter has gone home, so it jumps back into the game, and he's outside of his house, and the house is pretty much colored in a lot of ways the way however you chose to color your book. And then there's the people answer the door, and he's like, who the hell are you? You're in my house. And it was interesting because like the same way I colored the people in the picture, that's the way they were wearing a purple shirt and a like a black shirt and stuff. So it was pretty interesting. And he gets mad that he feels that these people are in his house. He is still trying to find his daughter. But eventually we wind up walking along. I was like in this forest area in the snow, and that's basically where I stopped. I was walking around, and then I had like another, I guess, psychotic episode, and the whole world changed back to that kind of blue area. And I'm just getting chased again. And I eventually got into a room that I think it's a puzzle, and we started the podcast. But when I looked,
in the story?
When I looked this up,
I'm glad that was a good play-by-play, Brant. Continue.
When I looked this up, it seems like this is not a very long game. It seems like maybe 4-ish hours.
Really?
Like it's not.
Damn.
It's not a super in-depth game. And I mean, when I was talking about I had never played a Silent Hill, I downloaded the original Silent Hill earlier this year. But like I said, Cesar recommended this because it's kind of a remake of the original. It's a little bit less tanky.
It's rewritten by Sam Barlow, the same guy who's done Immortality and all those games recently. Those live action FMV games. This is like his first game, Sam Barlow. Yeah, it's like before he got big doing those FMV games.
It's not bad. What I've been playing of. I mean, it's you get that feeling of the tension and everything. It's and it's not like a Capcom Resident Evil. It's not like how you're gonna shoot and conserve ammo. It's like, no, you got to get the hell out of there. You got to find somewhere to hide. You got to figure. There's still like these little puzzle areas and things. There's a lot of, you come to a locked door, and now I got to look around to find a key and solve like a little thing, or just investigate and find where this
Brant, I'll mention
is hidden. But so far,
I'll mention this, if you're not super far into it, the Wii integration was amazing. It would the speaker would go off when the phone would call and stuff like that, and it was just like, it was super intuitive and immersive. It was a great Wii title, I thought, and it got extra creepy.
And I could easily swing that with some other alternate storefronts.
Yeah,
I've already started. I'm probably at least an hour and some change.
Brent's like Harold and Kumar. It's like, I've gone too far. I've gone too far.
How much is...
He's looked back and it's only been an hour. He's like, I've gone too far.
I'm trying to see how much it is on Wii. Oh,
I'm pretty sure. I'm about to say. I'm pretty sure
it's
physically these games are.
Look at the PS2 one. I think PS2 one's more money.
God, I did not pay that much money for the Wii one.
Yeah, PS2 one is still the unicorn of that batch.
$400.
I'll jump into these.
It's $400 The disc only is $250.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll jump straight into these, but I already had put that in, downloaded it, got the patch and everything.
Richard, find it in the Goodwill.
I'll plug our YouTube channel. There's a playthrough of me and Cesar playing Silent Hill 2 on PS2. The very beginning of it. It's a very good playthrough, I think. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch.
No, Brant played the bastard version on Xbox.
We need to get back to doing those. That was a lot of fun. I had so much fun with those.
This is from everything I've read because I just for our listeners, I just held up the PS3 version of the Silent Hill HD. This is still a bastard version. Like, even with the patch, it fixed some of the issues, but it's still a inherently broken game. Yeah. But it was $24, I think it was, on Amazon, brand new.
Yeah, it's that Konami thing.
Yeah, compared to, as Richard was just listing off, a few of the prices on some of the Silent Hill games. If you just do a small little search, you will see they are ridiculous.
Yeah. Richard, look at Silent Hill Origin. How much is that on PS2?
Origin on PS2?
Yeah, I think the PSP one's more common.
And it's probably still not that much.
I think I have it on PSP. I don't have it on PS2. It is 114, 144.
Starting to get up there. Okay.
53 for no disc, case and manual. Complete in box, 110. 110 seems to be the average.
I guess that's
people hate that game though, right?
I mean, I was about to say, isn't Origin not a favorite though?
No, the worst one to
Downpour?
this day, and I played them all, is Homecoming. Downpour is actually the best one out of all the bastard versions, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember just doing research. Homecoming and Origins were like kind of the down on the list. 1 was up there. I saw Shattered Memories up there. I didn't know it was a remake at the time, but I know 2 and 3 are like the top tier.
2 and 3 are probably the 4 is really good though. I don't know, 4's like got a cult following.
The Room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation, and I have 4 on Xbox. And 2 on Xbox.
I think I have 4 on Xbox. I don't have 4 on PlayStation for some reason.
I don't think it... Did The Room come out on PlayStation? Really?
Yes.
Is it expensive? I'm sure it is.
I haven't looked. I got it on PC and I was like, all right, I got at least a version I can play at this point. So I'm like, I just think I bought it on Xbox because I think it probably played or looked better on Xbox. That's probably when I jumped on it.
But yeah, that's at least so far what I've
$100. That's our 110 is what you're gonna look at. Silent Hill 4 PS2.
I just want Greatest Hits Silent Hill 2 on PS2 at an affordable price. So the best version.
The definitive edition.
I can't believe there's like 3 or 4 different versions of Silent Hill 2 floating around. I can't believe they just can't take the ice off that and put in a remake. But
you would think, right? And especially with current gen consoles, just give us that, please. Please give us a PS2 emulator.
Renee says he's seen the Cyberpunk anime. He's really enjoyed it. He says the anime is really good, Richard.
I need to test it. Yes. I need to give it a go. Yeah.
So good. That's 3 thumbs up.
I know if you guys say it's a go, it'll be a go.
Yeah, it's only 10 episodes. It's short enough. It should keep your interest on there for an anime thing. It's not like over long dated on the storytelling. It's well paced.
Yeah.
It feels like 10 is the perfect episodes. It's not too short or not too long. It's like the perfect pace.
We could probably do that. All right, is that it for us? You guys